Today's episode of the WAC podcast is brought to you by Hercules Tires, the official tire of the Western Athletic Conference. Now here are your hosts, Eric Danner and Rachel Vigil.
Welcome to this special edition of the WAC podcast. Eric Danner and Rachel Vigil. We are joined by Casey McEuen from Unlv men's swimming, the Rebels winning the WAC championship this past weekend. Casey, welcome to the show.
Yep, thank you for having me.
First off, Casey, congratulations on winning the meet. As far as a student athlete, quite a year for everybody. From not knowing if we're even going to have a season to winning a championship. Kind of walk us through what the regular season was like for you leading up to that finals championship.
That's really well put. So it definitely was challenging for our team. Our head coach, I really got to give it off to him. He really did a great job at keeping the team engaged. And if the possibility was like, hey, if there is a conference championships, then I'd like our team to be ready for that. And so that's how our mentality was for the whole team going into the season. Like, we had no idea if there was going to be a championship or not, but we treated each session that we had at the pool that was available as if we were going to have a championship.
During the championship, obviously, it's kind of like going to practice, right? You're in the same pool, you're at home, you're in your same apartments. How did you motivate yourself to get pumped up to be like, this is the championship?
That's also a really good question. It was definitely a different atmosphere just being at the home pool, but I think that also helped a lot, just knowing that, hey, it's at the home pool, like, we got to show up, we got to perform, like, everybody's coming to us. And so if we look bad at our home pool, that's not a good look on our whole school, and then also just on our team in general. And I know how hard our team had been working. And so it wasn't too hard to get pumped up just swimming at our own pool. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun just being there and having that energy brought to Vegas for the first time in a long time. Yeah.
We're talking to Casey McEuen, a junior swimmer at UNLV. Yeah, it was a long time, 26 years, in fact, since the last time UNLV got to host the WAC championships. I'm sure before you were born, before Rachel was born, I was around, but I don't remember that. Being at home, I mean, you weren't able to have the home fans, but sleeping in your own bed, were there some other I don't know, advantages? I know when we talked to Coach the other day, he was looking forward to traveling because you get that experience to travel with your team and all that good stuff, but maybe there were some advantages being at home this year.
Maybe a little bit. It definitely wasn't too bad just being at my own place and sleeping in my own bed that I'm familiar with and comfortable with. So that was kind of nice. I definitely think our team missed the atmosphere just traveling around and being in Houston and like riding in the vans together and just socializing together as a team like we normally would on a travel trip like that. But not having that this year may have been an advantage just because everyone got to sleep in their own beds and eat their own food and just like be in their home atmosphere already as is.
UNLV set a record for points for this championship meet. At what point did you realize that you had won the championship?
So mathematically, my team and we realized that the championship was going to be decided on Friday morning after prelims. That's when I started to realize, okay, I think we're going to be able to win this meet. And it was really because of how we had set ourselves up in the morning, by the amount of people we put into the finals for that night. That's how I kind of knew, like, okay, mathematically, this meet's pretty much decided at this point.
That's what your coach said too. So it seemed like you were all on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Casey, as far as your individual performance at the championship, what was expected of you going in, and then did you exceed or meet those expectations?
So for me personally, going into that championships, I've done very poorly individually at the WAC for the past 2 years. And so for this year, I didn't put too much pressure on myself, but I definitely wanted to be kind of a rising junior in a way, just let people know, like, hey, I'm part of UNLV, but also I'm a part of the WAC. I'm someone to look out for. I'm not just someone who is going to be run over or just forgotten about. Like, I'm a part of the WAC, and I want to be able to represent my team the right way. And so I wanted to be able to make more than one A final. I didn't make any A finals last year at all, and I made 2 this year, so that was really good. And I have milestones. I have big milestones that I've been trying to hit and wanted to hit for my whole swimming career, like going sub 20 seconds in the 50 freestyle. And not a lot of people can say that they've done that in their career. And I can say that I've successfully done that now. And that was a really big milestone for me. And yeah, just little things like that.
Well, first of all, congratulations on hitting all of those milestones. I was a swimmer back in the day too, and I can tell you I never came close to going under 20 seconds. So congratulations on that. But also, I want to step away from the championship real quick and talk to you just about being a student athlete during a pandemic. What was the hardest part for you and your teammates during this really challenging year?
The hardest part during this year, it definitely was hard. I would say just mentally staying motivated and focused on the schoolwork, because not having classes in person is really difficult. It's really difficult just getting up and sitting down at a computer screen and staring at that and listening to lectures for hours on end. It's not easy doing that. And so I think that was the most challenging part for our whole team, not just me, but my whole team can relate. We definitely struggled with that, but we all got through it. We got through it and we did our job with that. And so that was really good. And I'm proud of my team being able to persevere through that.
Casey, now that the WAC championships are over, do you have any, are you going to be advancing to the NCAAs, or you as an individual, where do you go from here for this year?
For me individually, I will not be advancing to the NCAAs. My relays that I was a part of, we did really well, but we didn't quite make those NC cuts. And my times individually aren't quite fast enough for that meet. But we do have one individual on my team who for sure will be going to NCAAs, Luke Selleck. Congrats to him. He will be representing UNLV in the mile. And he has the B cut in the 500, so he'll probably be swimming that on top of the mile as well at that meet. So he'll be swimming at NCAAs. We have some divers that still have to go to zones, so we'll find out whether or not they qualify for NCs. There's a few people who have a chance to make that as well. So it might not just be Vuk, but for right now, it's Vuk who will be representing us. Yeah.
Well, Casey, congratulations to you, your entire team, and our best of luck to everybody in the NCAAs as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us, though.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Rachel. I want to say before I'm off, I just want to give it off to the Air Force team. They pushed our team super hard this year. They were really a big motivator after watching them win last year, and the 800 points that they put up, which was really, really special. It really just motivated our team to see what we could do the following year. And so I really got to give it off to them. And yeah.
All right, that is Casey McEuen from UNLV Men's Swimming joining us on the special edition of the WAC podcast.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And check out our website at wacsports.com.